Funsie.
Funsie.
Oh, well, dang it, Sajko. We have an intro. I need to integrate it into our OBS. I will. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting where I can just press a button and have it come. But we have an intro. Don't worry, it'll be here. I just realized that. But welcome back.
Let's go.
To another episode. This is episode no idea. It's up there.
High 40s at this point.
Yeah. We're keeping track just secretly. Thanks for joining. The boys are back in town. And good news. We thought Funsie Live at Disc South was gone forever. But shout out 3Pete, a.k.a. Pete Collins, a.k.a. OG Disc Golfer. He recorded it all. And so we're going to make that available to y'all. I'm not sure when. Maybe we'll do it like end of the week, so it could be just like a bonus episode. But yeah, good stuff. How are the boys
Flex
doing today?
Josh?
Sajko, I love that you're wearing a vintage sweatshirt. It's really awesome.
Vintage.
For listeners, I'm wearing a Disc Golf Bra sweatshirt, and it's funny that you mentioned that, Ben, because I went into my closet. I'm like, what do I have that's clean right now for sweatshirts? Pulled it out of the bottom. Didn't even know that it was there. I'm just like, what is this? So repping. So
dude,
its days are numbered.
Any plans to just take over Disc Golf Bra? I feel like you're the face of it. I feel like it's destiny.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
But this is actually like a first time that I can talk about this a little bit because it's not actually announced yet. I'm going to be doing some social media stuff for another company, and this was not, I will say it was not, I don't want to say it wasn't decided by me, but it was kind of like Daddy Joe being like, basically being my agent. And he's just like, yeah, pretty much. And just being like, hey, you're going to do this, or not quite like that. And I was like, yes, sir. Okay. Cause I think it'll kind of help with the transition.
Transition?
Is that like a long-term thing? A small contract?
Transition?
that I cannot talk about yet. But yeah, take that teaser. What was that, Josh?
Yeah, what is that like a long-term thing? Like you'll keep doing that after your transition to whatever you're transitioning to?
To be determined. It's in the very early stages, and I will be starting to record some stuff for this other thing starting tomorrow, so it might even be posted tomorrow.
How much can you tease? Have you already teased too much? Is it a manufacturer?
Is this something you could tell us after the episode, or can you tell the fans?
Oh no, exclusive? I might even be able to tell like the fans. I just feel like it's almost more fun to not say anything yet.
Yeah, I get that.
Especially if when people are listening to this, they might even see it. Well, for us tomorrow, but for them on the same day.
That's what I'm saying. Could it be an exclusive Funsie only? But no, I understand. Keep it for the socials. Yeah.
Good stuff. Let's go. Josh, dude, you were okay, so obviously the big focus right now, Texas. Everything disc golf is Texas currently. Do we start with Hideaway? Which correct? That is the number one rated course in Texas.
Correct.
On UDisc?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Correct.
it is. I'm actually planning on filming a video there at some point and saying I played the number one course in Texas.
Wow, the
You haven't
thumbnail
played
is
there yet?
already.
I have.
You just haven't recorded. Yeah.
Yeah, it's low hanging fruit for a thumbnail and a video, and I have some fun ideas. So,
Do you enjoy the course? Because watching from the outside, it looks difficult as heck.
It is.
The one time I played it, I remember enjoying it. There's a shorter track there called the Scorpion. That one
one's
is
fun.
a ton of fun.
That one's
Oh.
The long one is hard. Like it's very hard. But I remember being like, "Oh, this is a good course. It's just really hard."
Yeah, it's technical.
And I'm a known if I'm playing a new course, I want to have fun, so I play the shorts usually. So I don't know.
Really? I'm the opposite. I always play
Have we
the
talked about
longs.
that? Like that transition that kind of happens, at least for maybe not for Ben, based on what he said. But early on, like the ego takes over and you're like, bro, I'm playing the longest layout because I'm a big strong boy. And then over time you're like, I have nothing to prove. Like you said, Josh, just want to go have fun and be able to experience the course for what it is.
Well, I feel like there's like a caveat to my statement where it's like, if I'm playing Maple Hill for the first time, I want to play the Pro Tour layout. If I'm playing like a Pro Tour course, I want to play the Pro Tour layout. But if I'm playing a Joe Schmo course, maybe still really highly rated, but I have no clue about it, I'd rather play like, the layout that is going to make me have the most fun. I don't want to shoot plus 20. Like, that sucks. And like, and especially if I'm playing casually, that gives me the opportunity to like, oh, if I want to play the longs, I can, but I'd probably start on the shorts. So I don't know. It sounds like Sajko has the same belief, but Ben does not.
Sajko's a short king. Let's just say.
Yeah, I enjoy playing. Let's say I go to Maple. Ben, I was going to ask you what your preferred layout is at Maple Hill. If I go to Maple Hill and just going to play by myself, I'll usually go to play like blue or diamonds, which is what like FPO plays.
Yeah, those
when they
are
go.
tougher though.
Yeah, but I feel like those are all you're playing pretty much all the cool holes that are on like the gold layout, but you're not. Dude, when you play
Losing
gold,
discs.
I mean, well, yeah, and like the gold layout, like when you're done with that layout, you're like, yeah, I'm good with disc golf. I'm good for now. It's definitely it's hard work, if quote unquote, but yeah. Anyways, I agree with you, Josh.
Yeah, I'm the opposite way. Just because, like, if it's a new course, I just want to see all it has to offer. Especially a course that I might not go to again, a la the Hideaway. I will go to the Highway, but last year, my first time, I played the Longs the first time. Then I played Scorpions. I don't know. I just want to get the full experience of like what the best of the best layout is. And yeah, same with Maple Hill. I would probably play golds if I wasn't here, but I actually just got done a round of reds, believe it or not. So I was
He's back to playing disc golf, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. I'm back to playing disc golf. Finally. It feels good.
Ben, I believe you've been on the podcast saying that you're like, Reds, I don't even play that anymore. I feel like that wasn't that long ago.
No, I don't. I literally don't. But it was one of those things where like the sun was setting. I got done all my activities at like 5:30ish. And it's just like, sometimes good. I just took like 5 discs out there, came back with 3. But it's sometimes good to
classic
to just practice those, do a few disc round. And I was more so working on, a quick round and working on like just my technique and abilities. So
all good stuff. So yeah, do we want to talk about because I did actually watch both rounds of the tournament, or if we want to focus on Hideaway, or like
we
even
can
just
talk
how
about the Hideaway and the slop fest it was. Not like the event, but if you watch the coverage, it was sloppy, as in the Texas mud is one of the worst ever because it's not just mud.
It's clay.
It's clay. Yeah, and it sticks to you, and it's impossible to get off. So that's tough.
It's like every course down here too. There's not many courses that are abstained from that. Like if it rains, you can't play. Like you shouldn't play one of those courses that day or the next week because the mud will just cake to the bottom of your feet, and after like 2 steps, you're walking with an inch of mud just attached.
Yeah, dude, it's like I got a clown shoe.
Yeah, like it just attaches to the bottom. Like typical mud is kind of like you kind of slop through it and you just walk and it's kind of squishy and nasty.
Yeah, it's just like wet.
This is like it's like dry, but it sticks to you.
It's like Play-Doh.
It sucks.
Like concrete.
Yeah. Imagine if your foot was
literally.
Play-Doh and then you stepped in more Play-Doh. And like how much Play-Doh you would take up. That's a good analogy. That's a great analogy.
Yeah, didn't look like a fun time at all, and looked like the kind of course that is fun until it's not. especially in those types of conditions where it's like,
James
oh, you're
Conrad
off.
was having a terrible time. That's a
That
perfect
poor man.
example.
Someone that
Yeah,
is.
were you there, Ben?
No, I watched it too.
Oh, okay. I thought I saw you in town still with some of those pros.
I was in town up until I left Friday morning, so I was hanging out with them.
Oh, so right before it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Also, quick tangent as we do. Ben, throwing into the basket, and if viewers have not seen this,
crazy.
Go on to Ben's Instagram account. They're essentially him, Gannon. I saw Chandler Kramer. Maybe there's other people there. Are just yeeting directly out of basket.
Like
somehow,
5 feet away. Like 5 feet away. That's the caveat.
Full power.
At the disc barn.
With a fridge behind the basket.
And somehow lodges his frisbee into like the top of the chains, it looked like.
Yeah, it's like the thing that holds the chains. It's kind of hard. It's like a S shape and has a little opening. But yeah, you got to watch the video to see. But yeah, it was literally a bunch of comments where only at Ben Kenny's would do this, and it was just one of those moments like how, why?
Yeah,
I don't understand. It just didn't make sense.
I would imagine one shenanigan amongst many over there, because it looked like Garrett had a good number of people that were staying over in like his place.
I got to meet
I saw
your boy.
Austin Turner.
Yeah, that's
and
what I
Adam
say.
Hammes.
Austin, Adam, Lady Francis, Kramer, and we're all staying there. And then
he has that many rooms.
Well, he has a trailer outside, and so yeah, it was.
Well, yeah, dude, you heard how much his house is worth.
Yeah, dude, he's got the big bucks. But no, it was super fun just getting to meet those guys and talk to them, and we had a kind of like a party Thursday night, like a going away party for me, so it was fun doing that, just like hanging out in a bar and putting and just having a good time. Yeah, they were super cool, and shout out Garrett. I mean, Garrett, the barn is the place to be. If you're in Texas and you aren't friends with Garrett, it's like a social club. Like if you know, you know, like you got to get in because there's some amazing things that go on in there. One of them being you can pelt frisbees as hard as you can at the fridge door and his garage door, and he does not care. It's always fun.
And you get personalized messages from Ben if you happen to order
Do you
through
have
the
that?
disc barn. No, I'm sorry. I don't actually have my flip. Did we even? I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast or if that was in real life. Everything's blurring together.
No, we
mention
haven't.
it. Talk about it.
Okay,
Yeah.
quick recap if we did. I got a flip in the mail from Hooli. I go to open up the box and there's a drawing on it that says, it says I like geese, and it's a caricature of me and geese. And I was like, who did this? Obviously, first person that comes to mind, Ben. And then I also I ordered a Funsie flip, sent it to like my father-in-law, and I know my sister-in-law bought one.
Oh, that makes sense, dude. I thought your father-in-law, because I saw the thing. It was like ship to, bill to Nathan. So I'm thinking your father-in-law is like using your credit card to
He stole my
and
info.
just billing you. I was like, wait, what? Why is it bill to Nathan? He just has access. That makes a lot more sense.
No, just sending it his way. And like Juliana, that's my sister-in-law.
I left
sends me a picture.
the note to
Yes.
Juliana. Did she
Exactly.
She found it, bet.
Exactly. So that's what I mean. Like if you want custom messages, I mean the time is you're gonna have to wait a year from now, I imagine. But
well, I don't know.
they'll be there.
Have our Funsie flips sold out even?
Yeah, subtle plug. If our Funsie flips are still available, get them at hooliandiscs.com.
Yeah, the thing we might be 10, 15 left. So, and
that makes sense.
I will say, one of our listeners, Andrew Manganelli, I drew on your Funsie flip, and he has not reached out to me yet. So, Andrew, if you received it, please let me know what you thought of it. I thought it was great because he personally requested I packed it, but I had to do my.
You drew on it without his permission?
I drew on Sajko's without his permission too.
Well, Sajko is like, it's Sajko, but like Andrew,
Andrew's just
he's a
punching a
homie,
wall
but
listening
I
to
don't
this
know,
right
dude.
now.
Dude,
I don't know.
Well, you guys will understand once you see what it is. It's
Okay.
actually, in my opinion, it'd be cooler. It's cooler than a plain old flip. So Andrew,
Cool.
it's up to you to expose it to the world, to show it. We maybe tag us on socials and we'll show everyone. But that's all I'll say. Up until I think it was a cool thing.
Yeah, Ben. Also, I saw like you put on your story that you got some Vessies. You got your
Yes.
Prodigy.
Yo, shout out Jono.
Yeah, shout out Jono. Seriously,
Legend.
because he also sent some Vessies my way as well.
Dude, it's
So
crazy.
yeah,
What a guy. I've never been sent so many shoes in my life.
seriously, and good shoes at that.
Yes. Very.
But
very
also,
cool looking.
Ben, you got your Prodigy order. We have talked about on this podcast doing some like essentially reviews where all three of us like throw the discs. We each got 2 M4s and 2 FX4s. I mean, 2 great discs from Prodigy. Maybe we'll like Ben. I don't know if you've thrown them yet, Josh. I don't know if you've thrown them.
I haven't.
But maybe, yeah, exactly. So, Prodigy, if you're listening, we will be throwing them. It's just been, the expo.
I just haven't got home. I literally just got, like Jono. I texted him like, "Hey, I just got the Vessies. Thank you so much." He's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot you were in Texas." So he probably thought I just received them and just said nothing. Like didn't say thanks.
Cool, thanks, guy.
So I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, I actually want to make a video. I want to make more videos, guys. I'm saying it out loud. I've said it before, but I want to make more videos, and I want to make just more casual videos. I ordered a DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I think that's my key because I just hate setting up the camera and it takes 2 hours longer. But if I can do the Osmo thingy like 3P does, put it down, pick it up, it's less friction for me, and I think that kind of mental hurdle is gonna really help me create more content, because it just takes me an extra 2 hours per round if I bring my camera out, and I hate it.
Yeah, I have a question based off that, Ben. I saw that Gannon posted a YouTube video and said,
yeah.
At Ben Kinney's, thanks for the edit. Well, what's going on there? I'm just a little confused because I know that Ben Kinney's is a known editing hater. Is this just Gannon's the number 1 player in the world? You figured what better time to break out your talents? Explain yourself.
Which
I'll
no
explain
judgment.
myself.
I mean, that's a good
Yeah,
excuse.
no, valid reason. I agree.
What?
Based on the point that Josh provided of like, why are you doing this? Where it's like just because it's the number 1 player, which I'm sure that's not just. Yeah. But like, if that was a reason, that's a pretty good one.
So the reason is, and I wanted to wait to kind of say this because maybe, I mean, it's 2 months away. Things happen. But the plan right now is I'm going to be on tour with Gannon, being his videographer and editor.
Wow, dude.
So starting
when did that come to fruition?
Yo,
starting
the boys
in May.
are popping off.
So basically, I don't hate editing. It's just I hate like the amount of time it takes. But if you're getting paid from it, it's the easiest thing ever. It's as simple as that. And so it's just like editing for me, there's no real return unless I really grind, and I never had time to grind like that. So,
yeah.
But if it's just like an opportunity, like, yeah, it's the opportunity, number 1 player in the world. I felt like I had an opportunity to be able to grow his brand. He's always been very bad at posting at YouTube, and I figured like, why not? Like, I can help you out, and I think it'll be a mutual benefit for both of us. So yeah, I knocked that out so fast, and I was so hyped, and I was so amped, and it's just because just the opportunity. It's like, it's good to see. It's at 17,000 views now. If I was personally getting that, I would be an editing machine. It's just right now I don't have enough. It's not justifiable enough for me personally to edit because I have to get to that point. But with also that being said, I have a video coming that I had someone else edit that I paid for. So I think I'm starting to like develop a system where Gannon's gonna be my full attention in creating videos and editing, and whenever I create videos, I'll just outsource it for the edit because I feel like that it just makes the most sense for me. But yeah, that was my first that was like my audition, not really, but it was like my first one, and the comments loved it. And so yeah, be on the lookout for Gannon content. We're gonna try and create a lot more for him. I think it's what the people want to see, and I think it's gonna be a really exciting thing. With that caveat, like things happen, that's what I'm saying. But so like if I'm non-tour and that's why I was kind of waiting, but as of right now, that is the plan. I'm literally getting my RV fully done in solar in New Jersey right now, so I can be on the road and be editing.
Dude, I think I smiled
what
through
kind
that
of
whole thing.
Yeah, dude, that's insane. What kind of percentage would you give it going on tour? What would hold you
100% right now. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Sweet.
This
Barring any major setback is pretty much what I'm hearing.
Yeah, basically Gannon would have to be like, I hate you, bro. Like this isn't happening anymore. Like something
Was this
crazy
the thing
like
you
that.
teased like a few months ago where you're like, oh, things are happening, but I don't know? Or is that something different?
So that's what I'm saying. That's why it isn't. I had another opportunity, but that was a little more intensive, a lot more like work and road grinding, and after the expos, I was really burnt out. Even during them, I was really burnt out, and I realized like, this opportunity with Gannon is going to give me a creative freedom and outlet, and more freedom just time wise, where I can just film for him and edit him. Like the other thing would have been more lucrative, but it was just like, it would have been grinding more. And it was just like, it just came down to just being burnt out from the expos and wanting to like keep focusing on the expos, because like it would basically be like I'd do this for the whole summer, grind, and then get right back into the expos, which would cause more burnout. And it was just a thing of just like passion, like being the number one player in the world's editor and videographer, and just kind of that freedom it would bring was just the most enticing thing. So once that opportunity presented itself, I was like, yeah, it makes sense. Let's do it. And I think like I said, it's going to be a win-win for both of us. Gannon's going to create some amazing content and grow his brand. And I'm going to be able to be on the road and hopefully make my own content too. And that's my goal, get in that Pocket 3 so I can just do a quick video, like an hour with it, set it up, and then send it out. So that's my goal right now, my plan. Hopefully all goes well.
Dude,
yeah, dude, that's
I'm about to dab you up over the internet.
incredibly
Call me
exciting.
Soldier Boy. Dab you through the phone.
Thanks, boys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's insane.
How did Simon take the news?
So Simon has his own full-time videographer and editor. And
Yes.
so Simon doesn't know. Like I haven't this is like, that's what I'm saying. I haven't told anyone. This is like my first time telling the public. But I was never
Exclusive.
like, it's not like Simon fired me. I always recorded for him. I never edited for him. It was just out of the joy of my heart, because filming for Simon is one of the best experiences ever. But I just didn't have the accolades and frankly, and skill to do what he's doing with Dustin. So 100%, like I understand like him going with Dustin. But that's where I got the idea with like Gannon, like, oh, like maybe that's something like another pro would want, because what Dustin's doing is like hard work, filming like that's his job, filming, editing. They're doing it every single day. So I wouldn't have had the capacity to sort of do that. So I think it's super cool what Simon's doing with Dustin. But yeah, that was the idea. I knew Simon was gonna do that, hire a full-time guy like months ago. I knew about the meetings he had and stuff like that. So it wasn't like that's where I kind of got the idea with Gannon. Like, dude, we could do something similar. That'd be pretty sick. And I think it'll help because like Simon versus Gannon content creation wise, it's like 9 day. Like Simon's the guy. He's the dude in content for disc golf. He needs to have the best quality, the best professionalism. Gannon, on the other hand, just needs to post videos. Like, so that's why it's like two different spectrum, and that's where I felt like my pocket was more like that creative side freedom rather than like being like a full time. It just wouldn't have worked out, and that's why he hired Dustin because he's literally like grade A professional. I mean, his edits even last season were I saw DW disc golf pop up all the time. They were incredible to say the least. So and I'm excited to see where Simon takes it because we talked previously, as he's going through it, figuring out who he's gonna hire. I was like, it's a no brainer, dude. Like it's gonna be the coolest thing to just like have a peek into a professional athlete's life and basically a weekly documentary in different things and round recaps and stuff like that. And so I'm very excited to see how that all plays out. And so far it's been really awesome to just see how like the inner workings of the tour. I think that's like the coolest thing.
Yeah, that'll provide helpful insight on this podcast. And what I don't know if you said, what is the first event that you're going to be at?
Yeah, so I would have already been on doing this already, but I'm getting married in April. So we're going to Champions Cup in May. That's going to be the goal, the first event. Obviously, like things can happen, but that's the goal, is to be at Champs Cup, get that going. But yeah, I already started like his latest video, USA versus Finland, is already fully filmed and edited by me. So it's kind of already starting. It's just once Champs comes, that's gonna really start. Champs comes. That's gonna really start like and we have a ton of ideas and a ton of people are commenting, and we just want to make it fun and have Gannon kind of bring out that personality he has to the audience, his audience, and like become like a creator and grow his brand. And it's gonna be pretty exciting.
Ben, does that mean that you're going to be at Worlds in Europe?
So probably not. For this year is like, if everything goes well, then yeah, probably next year, 100%, I'll probably be in Europe. But it's so much money, to be frank. The reason this works is because I have an RV and I'm paying for my RV and I have a living space. I don't think this works if Gannon's paying for my Airbnb, my flights, my travel. It doesn't work. So that's why. So for this year, my fiance and I are not going to go on our honeymoon until July when they go over to Europe. So we can have actually like a really nice honeymoon. So that's also part of the plan. So but once he's back in from Europe at, I think, Ledgestone, I'll be back with him until the end of the tour.
Dude, how exciting. I mean, you already have, one question I had was just like what everyone has coming up. You already have half the year scheduled out.
Yeah, no, it's very exciting, and I'm excited for it, and I hope it all goes well. And I told him, like, dude, like, you're one of my good friends. Like, I just want to do, like, I want to help you out. I'm not worried about making thousands of dollars off this. This isn't my goal. I'm not looking to like be extremely profitable and make like 10 grand a month. I just think it benefits us both that I'll be able to, be out there on tour and obviously making a little money from it. And hopefully that just if that covers my cost of living, that's all I really care about. It's just one of those things where the opportunity way outweighs any sort of like monetary thing. So that's why it's a very relaxed type of thing where, it's basically like we're just friends and I'm just gonna be filming for him, and whatever happens. It's nothing. First, he's not monetized though, so Jay Millie, maybe you can help us out. He made a new channel because he wasn't monetized, and then he made another AdSense account, and now they're saying you have to delete the other AdSense account. So that's been our biggest struggle. He still can't get monetized. So I don't know why. He has 2 AdSense accounts, and the original account wasn't able to get monetized, I think because the address was wrong and the YouTube shipping thing never got to him. So that's the biggest hurdle that we got to overcome, him getting monetized.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with that kind of stuff because YouTube's really specific because of scammers and stuff. So I don't know. You're probably just gonna have to spend a day or a week talking with the YouTube people. I'm pretty sure their customer service is pretty good.
Oh, do they have customer service? I didn't think they did.
There's some number. I had an issue with mine because
okay.
What happened? I did something where I made an AdSense with one account, and then I was like, what the heck? What's going on? Like, this should already be set up. And then I logged in with my other account, and that caused some issues. So I called some number, and we ended up getting it resolved, but it was a bit of an ordeal. But once you get it figured out, it's like you're set. You're done.
Well, yeah, because I'm looking at contact us. It says nothing about emailing or so. If you can,
I had
that
to
number.
go through some I had to message through some chat bot, and then once you got far enough along, it gave you a number because your issue was too hard for the chat bot to determine. And then I called that number, and then they redirected me to some other number, and then I got it resolved a week later.
Okay, cool. So
if that's encouraging at all.
That is encouraging because I'm thinking he's just been dealing with emails you still have an AdSense account. Please delete the other one. And it's just so hard to figure out. So that's the biggest thing because he's just missing out on thousands of dollars over the course of both his channels because he has not been monetized once.
Yeah, that sucks for him. I've seen the views.
Tough. Well, other things in Texas, Waco, and namely our co-host Josh posted about playing the Waco qualifier. I know that you said that you recorded a bunch of it, so I don't know how much you really want to spoil, if that will end up being a YouTube video. But are you able to share anything about it?
Yeah, I'll talk about it. I mean, we only have 100 listeners.
So, hey, disrespect. We have
it's not gonna be
400, 500 even.
Oh, that's actually insane.
Yeah, I'm yeah. Funsie's been
huge.
Dude, it's on the up.
We've been growing.
It's on the up.
Let's go.
We get 200 on average on YouTube alone, and then another 200. So yeah, I'd say 400.
That's actually way more than I was expecting. Shout out you guys. I'll still spoil it though. So I played like garbage. That's the story. But essentially what happened is like what Sajko said, I was just going to scrap the video because I played not great. But I posted on my story and I was like, hey, scrapping this video. I tried to qualify, blah, blah, blah. And I got so many DMs and so many nice people responding that I will not be scrapping the video anymore. I'm going to post it for you guys to enjoy my suffering. But it was a case of if you're off by an inch, you're off by a mile. And the Beast is one of the worst courses for that. I don't know if either of you have played it.
I haven't.
When you're in the rough, when you're in like the bushes,
I know
and stuff,
Texas rough though, yeah. So I can kind of relate.
It's OB. Like you're taking an OB stroke. You might even take two OB strokes depending on how deep you get in there. And I probably had 5 or 6 of those kicks where you hit the edge of the tree and it just sends you miles to the right or to the left. And so I would just nick an edge of the tree and be 20 feet into the nasty rough, and there's literally no line back to the fairway. And so it was just a lot of that. I'm sure some of it can be accounted to nerves. I can make excuses all day. I'm really good at that. But my mindset for the whole thing was like, I wasn't expecting to play a Pro Tour event this year. So if I had qualified, it's a dub. If not, it's kind of like what I expected. So yeah, I mean, it's still sad that I did bad, but I had a fun time and I'm excited. I'm already like partway through the video. I'm trying to get it out before Waco happens. So might be a bit of an unreasonable goal. That'd be my most accelerated timeline I've ever done. But if
more J Millie content's good.
Yeah, that's the goal. I mean, I have 3 videos I'm editing right now. And if all goes according to plan, I will also be playing the Open at Austin qualifier with somebody cool caddying for me, depending on what his wife says.
Anderson.
Kevin Kiefer.
No.
Dang it.
A multi-time world champion.
Wow.
Paul Macbeth.
No. I'm not going to say. I mean, everyone knows who it is now. Yeah.
That's fine.
I mean, I'm sure Sajko knows who it is.
Maybe. I mean, yeah,
I think it's
honestly,
Paul Macbeth. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you've had that idea thrown around that you want Paul Macbeth to caddy for you. So
I do want Paul Macbeth to caddy for me at some point, if he's willing.
Dude.
I'm not. Yeah, I can't just assume he'd want to do that.
if he's willing.
Yeah.
Paul,
okay, we can move
you're
on.
listening?
real quick. My father-in-law, my in-laws, I don't know why I was going to say like parent-in-laws. My in-laws were down in like Clearwater area, visiting family, and they played the Olympus course like 2 days after, like when we were down in Texas, like 2 days after the tournament happened. And they saw like Kevin Kiefer there, and they got to like, they talked to them for a little bit, being like, oh, like my father-in-law was like, oh yeah, I listened to the podcast with you on it, like asking stuff, and they like connected for a while, and it's super cool that like us talking about this stuff and having Kevin on it like brought those two together. Just, dude, everything is connected somehow.
It's linear.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
Very, very much. But yeah, Josh, you had mentioned that it had been a while since you played at the Waco course, correct? Like, was this your first time in like a while?
Yeah, this was probably my first time playing the Beast in over a year. I've only played it a handful of times. And to I'll peel back the curtain a little bit. I have been wanting to post on my second channel for a long time. I haven't posted anything, so it's not like you guys are missing out or anything. But I just want to post like more casual videos and stuff. And so the day before the qualifier, I practiced the course and I shot like -5 or -6 or something. And then my actual round for the qualifier was like, well, -5 or -6 in windy, nasty conditions. It was beautiful for the qualifying round, and I shot like +10 or something. And so it's just like, bruh, are you kidding me? But yeah, I haven't played it in a while. It's a great course. Easier than I remembered, but I'm sure that's just because I've gotten better, you know?
No, that's a cool feeling. Is there a hole that's there, or maybe multiple, that is hard to translate to viewers, where you're like, no, this hole is way more difficult, or vice versa, it's way easier? Were there any that stick out to you?
The gauntlet, like right at the end, like 17 and 18. I think 17's harder than 18 because you have to push.
Right.
That's like the L-shaped hole where it's like kind of like a straight forehand up a hill, and then you're playing on like a peninsula green. That one's just really hard. It's always super windy. It's always the wrong wind. So when you're trying to like drive into the green, you're getting smacked down into the water. 18 is way farther than you think it is. I lost 2 discs on that hole. Both of my rounds, I tried to drive the green, and I did not get far enough both times.
Pain.
And then outside of that, there's one hole in the woods stretch. I think it's like hole 12. There's 2 holes in the woods stretch. They are both par 4s, and they both used to be par 5s when Paul Macbeth shot his perfect round. They are both like so hard. Yeah. I can't remember which ones they are. I think it's hole 12 and maybe like hole 7 or 8 or something. They're insanely hard. But other than that, it's kind of a birdie fest, in my opinion, as I shot plus 10.
Well, what's interesting is it seems like a lot of people have changed on Waco, where I feel like multiple times this year I've heard people being like, Waco's my favorite, or not my favorite, but like people saying it's one of their favorite events of like the whole season. And whereas like everyone would be like, it's too easy. And I feel like that's why they moved over to like having the golf course. And and now they're like, actually, well, I guess I don't really know why they're not doing it. Maybe they took feedback after last year. But as a viewer, I could not care less about the golf course. I'm sure it was fun.
Well, did you not? You didn't hear what happened?
I don't think I did. No.
It was scheduled to be at the golf course, and the golf course changed ownership like a month ago, and the owners were like, no, we're not having a dang disc golf tournament here. And so they had to completely pivot and change everything.
That's amazing. No, I didn't know that, but
I mean, honestly, I think I'm butchering the story just a little bit, but that's essentially what happened.
That's fine.
Is this for Laco? It made me laugh.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was just like destroyed, which is why it
no.
wasn't able to happen.
Someone told me that the new ownership was like, no disc golf.
Really? I just heard that like something happened in
Funsie
Texas.
facts.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Didn't something happen? Like a storm happen?
You were here when a storm happened.
No.
But that would not have knocked it out.
Yeah. Before. I don't know. I just heard it was destroyed for some reason, over flooded. I really don't know. Anyhow.
Well, maybe a combination of both of those.
Yeah.
Dude, we'll see if Luke Humphreys has what it takes and just balls out again like last year.
Dude, he always balls out 1 or 2 events. It's crazy. He should like, be winning already.
Dude, he's like a Pokemon and just evolves a little bit more every single year, where it's like, oh, GK Pro skins. And then it's like, oh, wait, he's like almost winning multiple tournaments. And now he's like pretty much the face, it feels like, of the Go Throw Tour.
Yeah.
Right? Like he definitely has
owns
ownership.
It.
What?
Yeah, is that,
yeah.
There's some sort of involvement there. And I mean,
no. He's like he's a co-owner.
Okay,
he's not the primary owner.
Yeah. I knew he was
the whole
like
channel.
And he's like essentially the captain of Prodigy at this point.
Yeah,
he is. No, I think he literally is the captain now.
So
Funsie fact.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he has his hand in multiple.
He's an opportunist. I respect it.
Opportunist, I feel like, has like a bad connotation. I feel like it's more so. I don't know. He just seems like the kind of dude. Never interact with him. That's just like go with the flow. Have like some genuine conversations, and then just whatever happens
and then
happens.
Pats his dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Feel that.
So all good stuff. From there, Whatnot stream. At this point, another round just seems like a Whatnot, just a 24/7 Whatnot stream.
Yeah, what is going on?
They're ranking it in. That's why, dude. I've seen the bids. Like, what the frick?
Yeah,
I have not been on one of them, but I follow Another Round on Instagram, and every time they post a story, Whatnot streaming 4 hours, Whatnot streaming 3 hours. Be there, gyms, old Innova, old Discraft. Be there,
Yuli's here.
Yuli's here.
Yeah, it's because dude, they're raking it in. I don't blame them.
I think Another Round is gonna ruin it for us. I knew someone was gonna come in and ruin disc golf Whatnot because it's super crazy right now, and I think it's Another Round. I think Whatnot's gonna be dead in the water in the next month for disc golf Whatnots.
No, dude, I just picked out all my discs that I was gonna do for my Whatnot.
Oh,
stream.
You gotta do it for sure. Like it's still the wave.
I have to do one now too. Oh my goodness! Wait,
the wave is still. You can still hit the wave, but like I think it's gonna die out because of Another Round. Pretty much.
Yeah, Josh, how many? Like, if you had to guess, how many discs do you feel like you set aside in preparation for this?
Crap,
like for your Whatnot stream.
I sold 80 discs in my Whatnot stream.
Is that like everything that you had like set aside or even more?
Oh yeah, I sold everything I had.
So, okay, maybe I'll ask you questions, not on the podcast, but I'm very interested because
Yeah, dude, I gotta do a Whatnot stream too. Oh my goodness. Maybe I'll do like a I'm getting married stream at the end of March. Help fund the wedding. Maybe because I'm looking at my disc now. I bet probably could. But the whole thing is like, do you need an Anderson in your life to do it, or is it like, can you do it on your own?
You can do it on your own. You're working for what you're doing though. Like I guess another round's kind of set up perfectly because
yeah, the label
they
ships
know how to do live
prints.
streaming, and then they have boxes and like they can ship everything. The hardest part about doing it as like one of us, like a regular person, is
the infrastructure.
Like printing labels and making sure the right disc is shown up, and like when you are doing an auction, you already have to have like a picture and a description and a weight on the disc that you preloaded. You don't have to.
Well, because Joseph just does like sick disc or something like that. And I think he just keeps doing it over and over because like he just shows a disc and then people bid on the sick disc item. So I think that's how he that.
The issue with that system is you'd have to either go back and watch the VOD to line up which disc goes with which person and which cost.
I'm sure they got it figured out.
Preload, then it just automatically generates the label for whatever a person ordered and the size of the box that you need to get for it. And so Whatnot does all the labeling and stuff, but you have to print it off and then get a box and ship it yourself. But it's as easy as just taking it to the post office after you do all that stuff.
Yeah, dude, and for listeners, I suppose that aren't really in the know of disc economics, typically on eBay, like there are select discs, I guess, that still sell pretty well, but I feel like they're not really. It's an oversaturated market. You go over to Whatnot, and let's put it into perspective. When I was on the Another Round Whatnot stream, they sold a North Cove Luna, which for those that don't know, it's like a 2020 Luna, essentially like remake. We'll say,
which they're literally about to do.
Well,
this new lineup this year as a stock run.
Yes, yes, they are. They sold. I think I saw that they sold it for like $160.
Well, here's the thing. Wait, before you laugh, it's for charity.
Yes, it is. It is going to a good cause.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Someone was probably like just doing it for
Yeah, it goes. It goes
okay,
towards
North
Cove.
I know that Ricky himself, his new putter or like one of his Raptors when he did a Whatnot stream sold for like $150.
Yeah, that's Ricky.
That is for sure not going for charity. So,
well, it's probably because of the signature aspect.
The Saki Bomb Foundation.
But that's why Whatnot is like, it just has you in its grips. You don't want to miss out. You're like, it's one simple swipe and then your money's there. So it's like, oh my goodness, I got to keep going. It's kind of gambling almost.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, Ben, you took the words right out of my mouth. Like, it feels like when you go on there, it activates that same part of your brain that like goes for like gambling, where you're like, I didn't even want to buy anything, but like my phone vibrated and I kind of want to bid right now.
And I think the Rick ones go up so high. It's because like the autograph, but people are fans of Ricky and they just want to talk to him. So it's like, if you bid 100 on Raptor, like Ricky's appreciative, you get to talk, and it's a cool story. For fans, I mean, we've all been there, dude. Like, it's so crazy that all of my friends in disc golf, other than like, I don't know, most of my friends, I was like a fanboy of, not a fanboy, that's probably too, but I was like a fan of like, oh my goodness, is that Gannon Burr over there? Holy crap! Like this, like I've been so I understand. I empathize. Like I've been now like me and him are friends, but before it was like, dude, I gotta go talk to Gannon. Like this is crazy. I remember when the first time I met Gannon, he followed me back on Instagram, and I was like, holy crap, dude!
My life is complete.
Holy crap! But now, obviously, it's just the further you go, the more casual everything is, and those things don't really excite you as much, which, you know, is a good thing. And, you know, it's also a thing that, you know, I kind of not miss, but like, you know, it's just like one of those things. It's like, I guess you get, it's not, jaded's not the right term, but like a similar to that. It's just like, you know,
You're just
it's
exposed to it for so long that it doesn't
Yeah.
have the same
Yeah.
allure.
Yeah, it's like my expos, dude. The first expo was the hypest I've ever been when it was successful. I get way more people at the expos, and it's way more successful, but I expect it now, so it's not as like.
Yeah, Ben was chill this year. I'm sure. Obviously, he had his hands full.
Dude,
but
Disc
seeing him
South
there, I mean,
was
he was just like,
amazing.
"Oh, what's up?" You know.
Dude, the people at Disc South, I don't know what it was. Maybe the Texas air. I had zero issues. Shout out Texas.
Yeah, really good time. I know. I've seen a lot of people shouting out the Ben Kenny's name. So
Yeah, it's been awesome.
yeah, boys. Unless there's any other thoughts, I think that's a podcast.
Correct.
Cool.
A podcast?
Thank you to everyone for listening.
So we'll talk with Tim Taylor. Tool time.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get that. Hopefully, you know, we'll talk to Sir Daddy Pete Collins, and maybe we can get out the Funsie live that we did.
I already got it. I already got it in my archive. Like I just need to download it, upload it.
Well, never mind. Keep an ear out for that. Thank you guys for listening, and we will see you next time. Funsie out.
Funsie.
Funsie.
Bye.